Not too much about
Played with Mike Serber.
Mike Serber. That was at one pocket. That's about all I played. One pocket, Derby City, and I drew him. I drew. My draw was terrible. I drew all the pros, which that ain't good. That's a pretty good seat to sit down and watch the pros run out on you. But yeah, I played Mike. In fact, we had practice earlier. That was Old Executive West. That was a nice place to play. But yeah, Mike was good. He was good people, and then he got.
So gentle and so nice.
Yeah, so that was.
So how about Cornbread Red? You mentioned he's a friend of yours.
Cornbread Red, yeah. We that was back in '92, and I had went to what they called the Willard Open, and it was similar to Derby City because you could play just as well as you would buy an event pass, and that gave the players more revenue money. So we had a big field of players while I was up there, and I got to practice with Cornbread Red. And the Efren Reyes had just brought Bustamante in to play in the tournament, and they had won the Marlene Open at that time. So they brought him in there, and he wasn't shooting under the radar because everybody really knew about him, and the pockets was real tight, and if you banked one in the side, it's liable to pop out on you. Those tables was tight, but it didn't matter to Boosty. Boosty stroked them in, and he had that butterfly break of his, and he would smack them balls. They'd go up table, come back down, sit there and spin around. He was fun to watch. And one thing I remember there, Keith McCready, Earthquake, he played Pretty Boy Floyd, Jimmy Mattia, and they was playing a table next to the arena balconies, and people was all around there. So I thought, well, I'll go over there and watch him for a while. So I'm over there watching that, and looked across the arena, and people started gathering over there. A curiosity, you know. So I go over there to see what's going on. There sat a guy. He had a three-piece brown suit on, a Panama hat. His cue case was more of a cabinet. When he opened it up, it had about a dozen cues across there, and he kept switching cues all the time. And he'd be sitting there, he'd have a cue ball in his hand, and he said, I don't want you to do that no more. When I play shape on the two ball, you get more accurate on there, and don't get straight in. He's talking to the cue ball. The guy misses, so he jumps up, does the splits. Well, yeah, struts around the table. His name, they call him Wild Bill Elliot, and I've never seen him since. But he really put on the show. He had an unusual way of checking the rack. He'd come up to the table and lean over the rack and shake his head and look at the rack, and he'd have his hands behind him, and he'd be flittering like a butterfly. He'd check the rack that way. Finally, the guy had enough of it, and he goes up to the director and tells her, I can't play this guy the way he is.
Well, that must be his game.
Yeah, it was funny, I tell you what. Dave Matlock, the gunslinger, was there, and some 85-year-old man had beat him in the 8-ball tournament. So he goes upstairs and starts practicing hitting on the bar box. He was a dominant bar box player, especially with the big mud ball. So he's playing up there, and Efren Reyes and Bustamante took Jose Perica up there to play him. So they go up there and they're standing around and watching him play. And Jose says, I don't want to play him. Yeah.